Hey guys, how's it going? Wooksy Gaming here, and today I'm going to be showing you my Season 8 set Shaman guide. Now, there's a lot of things I really like about the Shaman. One thing is that they're super fun. Your your attacks are proc based, so you just go crazy, blowing stuff up on your screen. So they're a lot of fun. Another good thing is that they are ranged, so that also plays into a bad aspect of it too is that you can get reflected. So just be careful with that. But they are a range class, so that's a lot of fun. They have a ton of damage. If you look at elemental blast, like on a full level or on a full 10-10, 100% shaman, I'm getting around 2.7 million damage per explosion, so that's pretty substantial. So the damage is definitely up there. Some of the things I really don't like about the Shaman, though, is the wolf AI. Now, don't let that throw you off, though, because wolves are extremely powerful, but their AI is absolute trash, so just remember that. And the other thing I dislike is how totems work. Uh, Totems are kind of stupid in this game in how they work because you throw them down, they don't really do a lot because you either have to put all of your points into totems or you're not going to have any damage. They don't hit the entire screen and their damage is super mediocre, and what they actually do doesn't really do that much. So it's kind of silly. I hope they rework them in the next patch or in the next season. I'm sure they will though. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. But with that said, let's go straight into the gearing. Now, the gearing is going to be pretty simple because this is basically just a set items along with four other items. Um, Now, with that said, I like to stack hell runes with this build. There's a lot of different reasons why I stack hell runes, but mainly um, because they give armor and stamina along with energy. Now, what a Hell Rune does is it gives you 2.5% all stats, so that's strength, stamina, energy, and armor percent. So you get quite a bit of armor on this build, and you get quite a bit of HP. We have the set helmet, has CDR, that's awesome. We have the amulet, which is poison based. That's really important because we're scaling a lot of our damage off of poison. For our elemental blast, excuse me for that. So the poison on that is really strong. For the weapon of choice here, we're going to be using the Book of Revelations. Now, there's quite a lot of reasons why I use this over like a Steve's Wand or another option or even like a Saint Houdini's. Um, this has a couple really cool things that I like. It has block, it has armor, and if you look at the armor, that's like a whole nother item right there. That's 5,000 straight armor right there. The 5% block isn't a whole lot, but that's still better than nothing. And the attack speed on this weapon is just absolutely top notch. You can't beat it. It's just this weapon is insane for this build since we're scaling all of our damage off of auto attacks. Well, auto attack procs. Now, for the chest, we're going to be using Lichbane. Now, there's quite a lot of obvious reasons why we're using this. It gives all talents. It gives 19 points into Elemental Blast, which is absolutely disgusting. It gives CDR, so it helps us cap our CDR at 50%. It gives us 40% HP, which is huge. And since we're stacking stam runes, this also helps us a lot. Gives us attack speed, and it also gives us a ton of poison damage, which we're scaling from our amulet and our shield as well. So our poison damage isn't going to be totally garbage. Now, going over the shield, there's kind of two options. I'm not going to really show you the other option because I don't really consider it viable with this build. Uh, but it is an option, so you can use the word of toxicity. I highly recommend not doing that. I highly recommend buying a plague Aegis. The reason why is because this gives a ton of attack speed, and not just a ton, like this is close to Shadow Buckler in terms of attack speed. It also gives a ton of poison damage. It gives all talents. It gives 35% block, so in total we're going to be getting that 40% block. It gives movement speed, and it gives dodge percent. So it's just best in slot. You really can't beat it. Now for the charm, obviously not everyone will be able to afford a Shadow Torch. However, there's still a couple other good options. You could either use the Hello It's Me Steve charm, or you can use the Aztec coin. The Steve charm's definitely better because it gives attack speed, magic damage, and fizz. And since you scale elementally, the fizz stacks with the magic damage. Um, the Aztec coin is also really good because it gives lightning damage, fire damage, and cold damage, plus all talents. So that's some extra points in Elemental Blast. So those are both viable options. Now for the boots, obviously we don't have any other option. They're really good, but they scale wind damage, which is really kind of bad for us since we're scaling all poison. The gloves, they're they're decent. They give CDR. They help us cap CDR between the chest and the helmet, so we're good to go on CDR. But it gives all talents and dodge, so your dodge percent is actually at 30%, so that's not bad at all. So with that said, I'm gonna go over the talent points. Um, Ignore all the totems for the most part. The totems are really not worth investing points into because if you look at it, I have plus 41 points in each, and the damage is just super mediocre. But the thing is, the wolf damage is really high, and then on top of that, it scales even higher with Scent of the Wolf passive. So your wolves do quite a bit of damage along with just the elemental blast and the earthbind, which hits the entire screen. So that's really good to use. So yeah, 25 points into Spirit Wolves, 25 points into Scent of the Wolf, 25 points into Elemental Blast, last 20 into Earthbind. Go into Ancient Power. Um, so along with that, plus stacking the Hell runes in the gear, um, you should be good to go. Now, with that said, stacking Hell runes is really good because it pulls me up to uh, pretty decent health pool. I mean, 800,000 uh, health pool with a 5100 or 51,000 armor. That's a lot of armor reduction, or that's a lot of mitigation. So it just really helps to have those hell runes in your gear. But if you decide not to put those in your gear, you could always go Dow runes for more attack speed. But you're already getting plenty of attack speed, and this gets even better as you improve the quality of your gear through Satanic Dice. I believe your attack speed jumps up to like 11.8 something. So you're definitely attacking quite fast. Your damage is getting extremely high. So definitely love the Shaman. He's one of my favorites. Unfortunately, not playing him this season because I kind of played him a ton last season. And last point I wanted to touch on before I ended the video. Um, One reason why I really don't like the totems is, for an example, I'm just going to show you a map. Now my damage is extremely high, so the totems are going to do a lot of damage either way. But let's just summon totems and the wolves. I'm going to have to continuously summon totems, which by the time the totem summoned, I'm already clearing the mob or moving to the next. Um, so it doesn't do a whole ton. It's not really worth investing into totems compared to the wolves. While the wolves will still be hammering away at something off screen. So it's definitely worth using the wolves over the totems, in my opinion. They also do quite a huge amount of damage. You'll watch this boss just get one shot. Yeah. So definitely the better option in my opinion. And with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video today, guys. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave a comment or question in the box below. And if you like the video, feel free to subscribe. I'm also going to start streaming pretty soon here on twitch.tv/WoogsyGaming, and I look forward to seeing everybody there. Thanks for watching, guys.